Today is our third full day in Rome, and today we are walking to our 51st country, the Vatican. If you've been paying attention, you might have noticed that our country count has not gone up since we landed in Italy, and that's because, like we mentioned the other day, we've technically already been here once before.
Well, we're marking off a new country because the Vatican is like an island inside of Italy. So Italia Rail has hooked us up with the Show and Go pass again. It's actually the same pass. It gets you into both the Vatican and the Colosseum, which you'll get to skip the lines again today.
Thank goodness. I didn't realize how good we had it until we saw it yesterday.
We just walked 40 minutes to the Vatican. The original plan was to ride the subway, but apparently there was some kind of strike today and it was closed when we got there. There's like a big gate in front of it. I think we need to go this way.
We're skipping the line again. We are that group right now with the leader, with the flag, with our radios. But it's really nice because I don't feel like I have to stay right next to the guide the whole time. She's talking right into my ear. So we have little radios. She's way over there.
We were just told that if you spent 60 seconds admiring every piece of art in this museum, you would be in the museum for 7 years. This place is insane.
So
tons of art and tons of people. So we're about to walk into the Sistine Chapel, and I heard you couldn't film in there, but I didn't know the reason. It is a holy and a sacred place, and that's one reason that you're not supposed to film, but the real true reason is because a Japanese TV company owns the copyrights to the Sistine Chapel. That's crazy. We're also not allowed to film. So we just finished our tour. It is now 1:30, which means we spent about 3 hours going through the Vatican. There's no possible way that we could like sum up all of the stuff that we saw and everything that we learned through our little headphones. Normally when we do stuff with like this many tourists, I really don't like it, but this was incredibly impressive.
Our guide was really good. She was just constantly talking, like throughout the entire thing. It was totally different than yesterday. I don't even know what I would have asked her. Like if I had a question, it was just about everything. So she just constantly talked. So it was like really informative.
And the crazy thing is we like barely scratched the surface. Like we were moving pretty much the entire time.
Yeah.
And you could have stood there for years, like she said, and looked at everything.
She said in total there are 14 kilometers worth of museums here, and we did just like the very middle core ones. So there's so much more.
And she told us that today was actually a slow day because of the strike of the public transportation, where we couldn't ride the subway on the way in. She said that meant that less people were here, which is crazy because we were shoulder to shoulder, like shuffling through the entire time. So if you come, just like be mentally prepared for a lot of tourists and you'll have a good time.
Yeah, just be patient.
So the tour ended here at St. Peter's Basilica. So we have like as much time as we want to go through that, and then we're gonna go grab some lunch because it's 1:30 and we haven't eaten.
Lunchtime. the Vatican after being here for about 4 hours. There's so much to see and soak in, and there just comes a point when you can't soak in anymore.
And you have to eat, which is what we're going to do now. I read about this restaurant. I think it's a chain, but it's like this thing here from what I understand. And somebody has infused pizza and a sandwich together. But it's not a calzone, it's like
a pizza on a sandwich.
Inside of a sandwich.
It's called, the place that we're going is called Trapezzino.
And it's like a 10-minute walk from the Vatican. Also, I'm pretty sure that is the line to get in the Vatican. We literally did not wait in line outside at all. That's insane.
Walked straight in. It is. Kind of looks like a Greek stuffed like pita. Oh. But it's pizza. Oh, it's all toasted.
I think you ate those.
It tastes like pasta sauce in a pizza shell. I like it.
If you're looking for something cheap to eat after visiting the Vatican, highly recommend that place, even though I'm not sure they were a big fan of tourists. The food was delicious. There was like some weird like miscommunication or something, I don't know.
That's fine.
And now we're going to do something that we have not done enough of since we've been in Rome.
Get gelato. We just stumbled across this very authentic looking place. We felt like it was local because they didn't pay any attention to us as tourists for a few minutes. I got chocolate and tiramisu, and it is so good. It's melting quickly. So gelato was at 4, it is now 8. We spent the last few hours in our apartment knocking out some work in the AC, and now we're ready for dinner.
It feels so good at 8 o'clock. Like it's so hot during the day, but it feels so perfect right now. When we were sitting back in the apartment, I told Kara, I was like, I just want to do something like simple tonight, but I still want pasta. I just want this place. I had this vision of this place that like just served pasta out of these big things, but it was like delicious homemade pasta. Then I was scrolling through TripAdvisor, and I think I found like the perfect place. Like it looked like everything in my vision. And the pasta is only €4. So we're either about to have a really good recommendation for you, or it's gonna be a big disappointment. And we're getting right over. I had all intentions of not videoing anything on the way to pasta, but it's like everywhere you walk in Rome, you just can't help but like stumble upon something old and beautiful. Like I'm pretty sure that was the Spanish stairs, maybe?
I think so, yeah.
I've read about the Spanish stairs that people sit on, and there are a lot of people sitting on those stairs.
And even just the buildings, like every single building is super beautiful and old.
Just a square. It's crazy.
We got a fettuccine with mushrooms and a gnocchi with sausage.
And this place is like 50 meters away from the Spanish Steps, so that's where we're gonna go eat it.
It said you're not supposed to do that.
It didn't?
The sign said it is strictly forbidden to take your takeaway food to the Spanish Steps.
Oh. I thought it was recommending.
I literally pointed at the sign.
I thought it was recommending that we take it to the Spanish Steps.
No, it said strictly forbidden. And I pointed at it and told you to read it.
We're gonna find somewhere to eat our food.
Oh, it's funny.
You can't. Why not?
I don't know.
Well, I did believe Kara that we could not eat food on Spanish Steps because we walked up and there were no signs. And I was like, who's gonna tell us to stop? We had barely sat down and an officer of the law promptly told us we could not eat it on the Spanish Steps. So the very romantic vision of eating your takeaway pasta on the romantic steps, on the Spanish Steps is not possible. So now we're wandering down the street looking for somewhere to eat.
We have a romantic view of the pointy thing up there. At this point, all that really matters is if this pasta is good. It's definitely not what we had last night. It's not bad, just needs some salt. That's all.
Okay, the final verdict. is you get what you pay for. That was like the worst pasta we've had since we've been in Rome, which like doesn't say that it's necessarily terrible, just not near as good as what we've become accustomed to eating over these past few days.
Pasta wasn't homemade. Let's just say that.
And this pretty much wraps up Rome for us. Tomorrow morning we get on a train and we head out into the Italian countryside.
Sad to leave Rome.
I know. We should have booked a week here.
Really excited about the countryside.
I'm glad we're not leaving Italy yet. I'd be really sad if we were leaving Italy already.
It is our third day in Rome. I said our. How do you think you ride it?